Yo, what's up guys, it's Jack and welcome back, and I'm gonna get right to the point on this one. I don't care what kind of shooter you are, what kind of fan of which kind of genre of shooter you are, but no matter what your playstyle is and no matter what kind of shooter you enjoy, pretty much, this game has got you covered on pretty much all ends, in my opinion. This game is a free-to-play game. You can, whether you're on console or on PC or whatever, this game is free-to-play, and it's called Paladins. And this is literally my third game playing it last night, or should I say very, very early this morning. I couldn't sleep. I was just browsing of different kind of games just to look at and to see what I might be able to play in the future if shit hits the fan with Call of Duty or whatnot. You know, the kinds of shooter games that are, you know, up my alley. And I've seen many different videos of different games, top 10s, stuff like that. And lo and behold, this one ranked high on pretty much all the videos that I've seen. And actually, this game is also compared to Overwatch. Now, I haven't personally gotten my hands on Overwatch to make a comparison, but a lot of people, some people will say in some ways it's better. So, I mean, but I don't know. But anyway, but with this game, what is very unique about this game is that they have managed to literally blend in any kind of style or any type of player you are for the genre, and they've managed to put everything together and everything fits in perfectly. It's like a perfect puzzle. If you're an objective player, this game has something for you. If you're a slayer and you like to run and gun and create as much mayhem and damage as possible like me, this game has something for you. If you're a goofy player and you like to do things a little bit differently and weird, this game has something for you. If you're an objective player, this game has something for you. I mean, if you are a person that also loves third-person shooters, this game has something for you. All you have to do is push down on the right stick, and the next thing you know, you go into third-person mode, and it works. So this thing has something for first and third-person shooters as well, and it works very well on both ends. The game is reasonably balanced. I'm sorry, I'm talking too fast here. I'm just so excited. And there's many different characters you can play as. They're called champions in this game. And like I said, if you like a game, if you like Call of Duty, if you like Overwatch, if you like Halo, if you like Doom, if you like Unreal Tournament, games like that, Quake, you know, games that play like those, you will like this game because, like I said, it's basically taken, like, from what it feels like to me, it's taken, like, every kind of genre of shooter that you can think of, well, almost every kind, and blended it together in a really cool multiplayer experience. And the way the game is designed, it just keeps you want to come back and to play more. Everybody has a reason to move around. Everybody has a reason to do what it is they do. Whether you're a passive player or an aggressive player or an in-between player, whatever kind of player you are and whatever your style is, I kid you not, this game actually has something for you. And the way the game is designed also is that the maps are fairly open. There are power positions in place that you can get to, obviously, but like for instance, you'll even see in this gameplay, sometimes I'll be in a power spot and I'll be firing down on enemies, but I can't stay there for too long because I'm going to be wide in the open. And on top of that, everybody has different strengths and weaknesses. All the champions have different strengths and weaknesses, and each one is labeled by a different category. For this guy that I'm using here, Victor, he's a damage guy, so it's really good for running and gunning, especially for the kind that Victor is. Now there's also different champions that are under the damage category as well, but there are objective categories, there are frontline categories, there's everything, like literally, and there's different ones to choose from, and they're all really unique. And hipfire in this game is actually the way to go, but if you have one of the characters like this guy over here that can aim down sights, and right now, as I've seen, he's the only one that can actually aim down sights, at least from what I've seen so far. And I haven't played with too many other characters either, because they're all so different but yet very similar. If you aim down sights, a lot of the aim assist is going to disappear, but the game rewards you also by giving you a little bit of bonus damage for shots that you hit. So there's a balance to be had there. And because of the way the objective game types work, it just keeps everybody moving. Like this objective game type here, it's called Siege. It's a round-based game type, and it starts off like Hardpoint. There's a spot in the middle of the map, and you have to stay there within a certain period of time until until you gather up enough points, and then this tank drops by and you have to escort it to the other side of the map. So it's like Hardpoint and Safeguard from Black Ops 3 put in together very, very well. And again, if you gather up enough points, you'll do what I just did here, this super, basically, which is basically, if you think about it, kind of like a little kill streak. And everybody has their own. Everybody has their own weapon and the way it gets used. Everybody has different kinds of speeds depending on what you want and what your playstyle is, and you can have that. You got some really slow guys with really high firepower and really high health, but they can't move very much. So if you're the kind of person that is aggressive or very, very passive, again, this game has something to offer you, and I think that's great. I mean, this game literally says to me, like, it doesn't matter what style you cater to, you're going to have fun playing this game. And there's tons of unlockables, there's a lot of champions to unlock, and I think if you pay 20 bucks, you can unlock all future champions that they'll come up with in the future. And this game gets upgraded, I believe, every 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken. There's a whole bunch of things to unlock. I can't even, I don't think I've gotten to the level yet to where I can create my own loadout with this guy here, but, oh, and in between games, like when you die, as you progress during the game, what happens is you gather a form of currency and you spend it on perks before you respawn. There's like depending on the game type you play, there's a certain amount of time you pick to respawn, but you just press B to kind of customize what you want to go in with, and they kind of work like pro perks from previous Call of Duty games. Like, for instance, if you want 10% movement speed, you can spend a certain amount of currency to have that. Or if you want to gain a little bit of health while you're dealing damage, you can spend your currency on that. And it's all fairly balanced very well, and it really does cater to whatever kind of playstyle you want. So it goes beyond just picking your character. It literally, the way you play, no matter what way it is, this game basically rewards you for it. And the best thing is that this is a legit game and it's free to play, and you can have an absolute blast. I've only been playing this game for like maybe 2 to 3 hours at the very most total play time, and if it weren't for me having to go to bed very earlier this morning, this video would have come out even sooner. But I also wanted to give it a little bit more time to see if it wasn't just the honeymoon phase. Well, I technically speaking, it's only been 3 hours, but I still am in the honeymoon phase. But the things that this game has shown me, like in this short period of time, I can say right now it's been a very long time since I've been impressed with a game like this. And a lot of people are playing it, and as with my experience right now, the connections are really, really smooth. And I'm really actually looking forward to testing out the different champions and to see what their abilities are and the way they play. And I've seen many, many different kinds, and each one of them is really intriguing. But I wanted to start out with this guy here, Victor, was simply because, you know, he can aim down sights, he's got his gun, and it's run and gun, and he's a damage type of player, and he can move, and all these different kinds of things, because it appeals to me, because it's the way I play, and it's the kind of game type that I play. But at the same time, I also like games like Quake and Doom and Unreal Tournament and things like that, and I've also been playing some Doom as well, and that's how those games play. And they're really fast paced, and you don't really aim down sights all that much. You fire pretty much from the hip, but it's accurate, and it's fast, and it's got its own addictive type of feel to it. And the fact that this game has all of those elements combined into one, and the fact that you can switch pretty much whenever the hell you want, and the way the game rewards you and the unlocks and everything like that, honestly, this game should not be missed by anybody that loves shooters, specifically multiplayer shooters as well. So if you've never heard of this game and if you've never tried it, I highly, highly recommend you give it a shot. It was purely by chance that I ran into this, and I think this game is still in beta form, even though it's been out for I think over a year now. And then it was first on PC, and then they translated it and then they moved it on to console. But I'm telling you, this game is absolutely no joke. It's not one you should oversee, especially if you're a fan of any of the games that I've mentioned previously. And like I said, this game has been compared to Overwatch, and I've never gotten my hands on Overwatch myself, but I could see why. But this game, at the same time, is its own flavor. I've watched tons of videos on this game as well, and I can see where they're coming from. And if you guys want, you can see other videos as well. But I wanted to make this game because it's unique and it's a lot of fun to play. So if you guys want to break from the normal and the usual, and especially if you're the type of guys that are looking for something new maybe that you might like, or something with a different flavor, but something that still appeals to you, definitely check this game out. It is not to be missed. And I hope you enjoyed the gameplay in the video, guys, and if you did, let me know, and if you didn't, let me know what I could do to make my videos better, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.